Welcome back to the channel where we explore the incredible stories behind rare and valuable coins. Rarest coins today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in U.S. history, the 1965 Washington quarter. At first glance, it might look like just another old quarter, but some rare examples have shocked the collecting world by selling for huge amounts of money. In fact, one extraordinary 1965 Washington quarter reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.8 million. Let's explore the history, the value, and why this coin has become such a legend among collectors. The story of the 1965 Washington quarter begins with a turning point in American coinage. For decades, quarters were made of 90% silver. But in 1965, due to a nationwide silver shortage and rising costs, the U.S. Mint changed the composition. Starting that year, quarters were no longer struck in silver. Instead, they were made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, which is the same metal blend used today. This major change makes the 1965 quarter extremely important in U.S. coin history because it marks the very first year of the modern clad coinage era. Now here's where it gets interesting. Although the Mint officially stopped producing silver quarters after 1964, a few mistakes happened. Some silver planchets from the previous year were accidentally left in the presses and got struck with the 1965 date. These transitional error coins are incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors. A genuine 1965 Washington quarter struck on a silver planchet can be worth tens of thousands, and in certain high-grade examples with pristine condition and perfect authentication, values have skyrocketed to hundreds of thousands. But the most valuable of them all is the legendary example that crossed the auction block for around $1.8 million. This coin was an extraordinary specimen, struck on a 90% silver planchet, graded at a virtually flawless mint state condition, and authenticated by one of the top grading services. Collectors went wild for it, and the final hammer price stunned the coin community. That's what makes the 1965 quarter one of the most exciting coins in modern American history. What does this mean for you? It means you should be checking your change carefully. Most 1965 quarters are just copper-nickel and worth only face value. But there's always the chance you could stumble upon a silver transitional error. One way to check is by looking at the edge of the coin. If you see a copper-colored strip, it's the normal clad quarter. But if the edge looks solid silver with no copper, you may have something truly special. Weighing the coin is another test. A regular clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver planchet will be slightly heavier, around 6.25 grams. Even regular 1965 clad quarters can be worth more than face value if they're in high mint state grades. Collectors pay premiums for examples that are well struck, have brilliant luster, and are certified by grading services. Mint state 1965 quarters can sell for anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on the grade. To sum it all up, the 1965 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's the first year of a new era in American coinage. It holds the potential for valuable transitional errors, and in the rarest cases, it can be worth as much as $1.8 million. Imagine holding a coin that was supposed to be worth only 25 cents. But instead, it's a life-changing treasure. That's why collectors love this coin, and why the 1965 quarter will always be one of the most talked about coins in American history. If you enjoyed learning about the amazing story of the 1965 Washington quarter, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Who knows? The next million-dollar treasure might be sitting in your pocket right now. You also want me to create a short, viral-style opening hook you can say in the first 10 seconds to grab viewers instantly before going into this script. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the secrets of rare coins hiding in plain sight. Rarest coins today, we're talking about the Washington quarter from 1998 with the Philadelphia Mint mark, also known as the 1998 P quarter. This coin may look like just another piece of pocket change, but collectors know it can carry incredible value. In fact, one rare example reportedly sold for as much as $1.2 million. Let's break down why this coin has captured so much attention and what makes it so special. The history of the Washington quarter dates back to 1932, when it was first issued to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. For many decades, The coin carried the familiar eagle reverse design. By 1998, the quarter was still struck with this classic eagle reverse, making it one of the last years before a major transition in U.S. coinage history. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the famous state quarters program, which would completely change the way Americans collected coins. That makes the 1998 quarter the final chapter in a long-running era before the state quarter revolution began. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 896 million quarters in 1998. With such a massive mintage, most of them are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, coin collectors know that condition and rarity are everything. Regular circulated examples are common, but coins that have survived in pristine, mint state condition or those with unique errors are what separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Oh, how much are they really worth? A typical uncirculated 1998 P quarter might be worth only a few dollars, with higher-grade examples certified at MS66 or MS67 selling for around $50 to a few $100s. But the story doesn't end there. What makes this coin truly fascinating is the existence of extremely rare error coins. Some examples feature double die errors, off-center strikes, or even being struck on the wrong planchet, such as a nickel or dime blank. These rare errors can multiply the value into the thousands. The crown jewel, however, is one extraordinary 1998 P Washington quarter that was graded at a virtually perfect condition and contained an exceptional minting anomaly. This coin drew intense competition at auction and reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.2 million. That makes it one of the most valuable modern Washington quarters ever discovered. What does this mean for you? It means the change in your pocket or the coins sitting in an old jar could be worth far more than you imagine. Take a closer look at any 1998 P quarters you find. Check the details on Washington's portrait, the lettering, and the eagle reverse. Look for doubling, unusual marks, off-center images, or anything that seems out of place. Sometimes the smallest detail can be the difference between a coin worth a quarter and a coin worth a fortune. To sum it up, the 1998 P Washington quarter is not just the last of an era before the state quarters program began. It is a coin that holds a special place in U.S. history and, in rare cases, a value that reaches into the millions. Imagine pulling a coin out of your pocket that could change your life forever. That's why collectors stay vigilant. And that's why this coin remains one of the most talked about quarters of the modern age. If you found this video helpful and fascinating, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. You never know, the next million-dollar treasure might already be in your hands. Do you want me to also write a short, powerful hook introduction, 10 to 15 seconds, that you can use at the very beginning to instantly grab viewers' attention before starting the history? Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we are going to talk about one of the most exciting modern coins, the 1995 D Washington quarter. At first glance, this may look like just another quarter from your pocket change, but some examples of this coin have shocked collectors around the world by reaching values you would never believe. In fact, one rare specimen of the 1995 D quarter has been reported to sell for as much as $1.2 million. So let's break down the history, the details, and exactly what makes this coin so valuable. The Washington Quarter series began back in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Washington, while the reverse shows the majestic American eagle with wings spread. This design remained the standard for decades, all the way until the state quarters program launched in 1999. The 1995 D quarter belongs to the final years of the original eagle reverse design, making it part of the last generation before the big change. The mint mark D on this coin means it was struck at the Denver Mint. In 1995, over 1.1 billion quarters were produced in Denver, so the coin is not rare by mintage alone. Most of them are still only worth face value. But as collectors know, it's not always about how many were made. It's about condition, rarity of varieties, and special minting errors that can turn a common coin into a fortune. When it comes to value, the condition of your coin is crucial. Collectors pay the highest premiums for coins that grade mint state 65 or higher, which means the coin has never been in circulation and shows no wear. Brilliant uncirculated examples can already bring a nice premium over face value. But the real money is in the extremely high grades like MS68 or MS69, where coins can fetch thousands of dollars because of their rarity in top condition. Another factor is minting errors. With so many quarters struck in 1995, mistakes were bound to happen. Collectors prize doubled die obverse, where the lettering or date appears doubled, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, and broad strikes or clipped planchets where the coin was not properly cut. These types of errors can elevate a coin's value from a few dollars into the hundreds or even thousands. Now let's talk about the million-dollar rarity. There have been reports of an ultra-high grade 1995 D Washington quarter combined with an extraordinary mint error that sold at auction for around $1.2 million. This type of coin is the holy grail for collectors. It is the perfect storm of flawless condition, extreme rarity, and huge collector demand. While most of us may never find one of these million-dollar coins, it is still possible to discover a valuable 1995 D quarter in circulation if you know what to look for. What are some tips to help you identify a potentially valuable coin? First, always check the condition under good lighting. If your coin has sharp details, no scratches, and full mint luster, it could be worth grading. Second, use a magnifying glass or digital microscope to check for doubled letters, date anomalies, or die cracks. Third, keep an eye out for off-center designs or clipped edges. And finally, consider sending any coin that looks special to a professional grading service, because a certified grade can multiply the value. For everyday 1995 D quarters in circulated condition, the value will remain 25 cents. But uncirculated coins, high grades, and those rare error coins are where the big money lies. Remember, it only takes one coin in exceptional condition with the right error to make your collection worth a fortune. The next time you go through your pocket change, keep your eyes open for the 1995 D Washington quarter. Who knows, you might just be holding onto a coin worth thousands, or in that rarest case, a piece valued at over $1 million. Thanks for watching and being part of our coin collecting community. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins hiding in your change, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin be the treasure of a lifetime. Would you like me to also create a shorter, punchier version of this script for TikTok or YouTube Shorts that highlights just the exciting $1.2 million fact? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today we are uncovering the fascinating history, value, and surprising story of the 2021 P Washington quarter. At first glance, this may look like just an ordinary coin you find in your pocket change, but don't be fooled. Some rare examples of this coin have shocked collectors and reached astonishing prices, with one reported to be worth as much as $1.1 million. Let's start with the history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, it has gone through many design changes, from the original Eagle reverse to the state quarters, the America the Beautiful series, and now the Washington crossing the Delaware design in 2021. The Philadelphia Mint, marked with a small letter P on the coin, produced hundreds of millions of quarters in that year, so the majority of them are only worth face value. But in the coin collecting world, rarity, condition, and unique errors are what make a coin valuable. The 2021 P Washington quarter is famous because of its transitional place in design history. It was the first year after the America the Beautiful quarter series ended, and the Mint brought back a bold design showing Washington leading his troops across the Delaware River. This dramatic image makes it one of the most collectible modern quarters. Now let's talk about value. A regular circulated 2021 P quarter is worth just 25 cents, and even uncirculated ones in mint state condition might only bring a few dollars. But the story changes when you consider rare varieties, high-grade certified examples, and unique mint errors. Collectors are willing to pay hundreds, thousands, and sometimes even millions for coins that have something truly special about them. The most valuable 2021 P Washington quarters are those with dramatic minting errors. Some examples include double dies, where parts of the design are duplicated, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. When authenticated and graded by professional services, these rare errors can bring jaw-dropping prices at auction. One extraordinary specimen in pristine condition with a dramatic error reportedly sold for $1.1 million, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever recorded. So, if you have a 2021 P quarter in your pocket, don't overlook it. Take a closer look with a magnifying glass. Check for doubling in the lettering, unusual marks in Washington's portrait, or any strange features on the reverse side with the Delaware crossing. Even a small detail could turn your ordinary change into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. To sum it up, the 2021 P Washington quarter is not just another modern coin. It represents a key transition in U.S. coin history. It has a bold, patriotic design, and under the right circumstances, it can be worth an unimaginable fortune. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that ends up being worth over $1 million. That's why collectors keep searching, and that's why this coin has earned a legendary spot in the modern coin market. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 2021 P Washington quarter, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Who knows, the next treasure might already be in your change jar. Would you like me to also create short viral style hooks for the beginning of the video? That way your viewers are instantly grabbed before you dive into the history. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the secrets of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change. Today we're going to talk about the 1980 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia Mint mark, also known as the 1980 P quarter. At first glance, it might look like just an ordinary coin from the 1980s, but some rare examples of this coin have surprised collectors and reached unbelievable values, with one extraordinary piece reportedly selling for as much as $1.5 million. Let's dive into the history, the value, and what makes this coin so special. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. For decades, the design featured Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. By 1980, this familiar design was still in use, but the Philadelphia Mint started doing something new that year. Before 1980, coins struck in Philadelphia usually had no mint mark. But starting in 1980, the Mint began placing the letter P on quarters to identify them as being from Philadelphia. That makes the 1980 P quarter the very first Philadelphia quarter in history to actually carry the P Mint mark. This makes it a historically significant issue and a favorite among collectors. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of these coins in 1980, so most are extremely common and only worth their face value of 25 cents. In average circulated condition, you'll likely find them everywhere in pocket change. However, condition and rarity can completely change the story. High-grade examples, especially those certified in Mint State 67 or higher, are much harder to find. These can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But where things get really exciting is with rare mint errors and extraordinary specimens. Coins struck off-center, double-die obverse varieties, or even those struck on the wrong planchet have surfaced and sold for large amounts. Collectors go wild for these unique minting mistakes because they are truly one of a kind. The most legendary example of the 1980 P Washington quarter is a coin that was found in nearly perfect condition with a remarkable minting error. This particular coin achieved an almost flawless grade when certified and was placed at auction. After fierce bidding from collectors who wanted to own such a rare piece of American coinage history, it reportedly sold for a staggering $1.5 million. That's right. A coin originally worth just 25 cents changed someone's life forever. So how can you tell if your 1980 P quarter might be valuable? First, look at the condition. Coins with sharp details, no wear, and bright original luster are worth setting aside. Next, examine the coin carefully for errors. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers, off-center strikes, or unusual edges. If anything seems strange, it's worth having the coin checked by a professional grading service. Even if you don't have the million-dollar rarity, you could still have a coin worth hundreds or even thousands. To sum it up, the 1980 P Washington quarter is more than just a coin from the 1980s. It marks the very first year the Philadelphia Mint placed its mint mark on the quarter. It has a special place in coin collecting history, and in rare cases it can be worth as much as $1.5 million. That's why collectors keep their eyes open and why this coin remains one of the most exciting finds in modern U.S. coinage. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible story of the 1980p Washington quarter, make sure to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Who knows? The next million-dollar treasure might be sitting in your change right now. Do you want me to also create a 10-second powerful hook intro for this script that you can use to instantly grab attention before starting the full history?